Hey guys, this is Eve with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to make it's a little mini album slash card. So let's start off. This is a 10 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of cardstock. You're going to put it in on the 10 1/4 side. You're going to score at 3 1/8, 6 1/4, and 9 3/8. Okay, all of these measurements will be on my blog. And then you're just going to fold it kind of accordion style, just like that, just back and forth. And let's go ahead and burnish those score lines. Then you're going to need another piece that is cut at 5 1/2 by 3 1/8. And this is going to glue right here on the back. And the reason you couldn't get it all this way is because, you know, the paper is only 12 inches long. So if you have any paper that's longer than that, you can do the whole thing in one sheet. But since we don't, we're going to use this one to glue right here, and that's going to make our extension. So we're going to use some of our art glitter glue. Put this on. And just put it down right up to that score line, making sure that it's even on both ends, and press it down. And now you have the 4 sheets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's what you want. Okay, we're going to make sure that's glued really well. Okay, and while we have this here, we're going to go ahead and mat these. And these mats are cut at 5 1/4 by 2 7/8. And I'm going to decide which ones I want where. I think I want that one right there. That's cute. So let's go ahead and put these down on here. Okay, so we have matted all 8 of those, so that's front and back. And these mats are from our gorgeous paper collection, the Rustic Cottage. I've used that 2 or 3 times in my videos lately, but I absolutely love it. Okay, now you need 2 pieces of your cardstock that is cut at 5 1/8 by 3 1/8. So 2 of those. You're going to put it in your scoreboard with the 5 1/8 inch side this way, and you're going to score at 1 1/2, at 4 1/4, and at 4 1/2. And you're going to do both of them the same way. 1 1/2. Excuse me. 4 1/4 and 4 1/2. Okay. Go ahead and fold and burnish those score lines. So you have something that looks like this. Okay, so we're going to do both of them that way. Okay, now you're going to take these 2 pieces with them folded just like that, and you're going to slide one of them in on this end of the little book and the other one in on that end. And you see how those little folds right there just fit that on both ends. And then these little pieces come together in the middle. Alright, but before we glue that, I just wanted to show you how that fits on there. But before we glue that, what we're going to do is take one of these pieces right here. I have just freehand cut a heart. Just, you know, I didn't cut it with a Cricut or anything. I just cut it freehand. You can print one off, cut one with your Cricut, you know, whatever. I just decided to do it this way. And what you're going to do is fold your heart and lay that fold right up against that score line, kind of centering it up from top to bottom. See how I've done? It's centered up just about from the top and bottom. And you're going to take a pencil and just trace around that. Okay. Then you're going to cut that heart out. And make sure that it's on this little flap right here. Okay, you see how I did that? There's my score line right there, and I just cut my heart out like that. Okay, then I'm just gonna lay this one over this other one here, making sure that my score lines are even, and then I'm just gonna trace this onto there to make sure that I get them the same. And now what these will do, they'll slide in on either end of our book, and then these little hearts are going to come together. Just like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the back side, and we're going to put a little glue just on this little flap right here, not on that little piece, but just on this flap. And I'm just holding mine in place. And then we're just going to glue it down to the back. Just make sure that you have it even, and make sure that your little folds are right on the end of that mini album there. So just press that down and make sure that it sticks really well. And then you'll go to the other end and do the other one the same way. Just make sure that your hearts are going in the same direction. So we're going to press that down like that, making sure our hearts are meeting in the middle. And then we'll open this up and put a little glue right there. Okay, so there are our hearts meeting in the middle there. Now we're going to cover this. I have two pieces that are cut at, let me make sure, these are cut at 2.5 by 2 7/8. So we're going to use these for mats to cover that. Okay, there we go. Lay that aside for just a moment, and now you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is cut at 3 7/8 by 5 1/2, and you're going to need your scoreboard. and you're going to put it in on the short side like this, the 3 7/8, and you're going to score at 3 1/8 and at 3 3/8. Whoops, 3 3/8. And that's all the scoring that we're going to do, so we can lay that aside. Now you want to fold your score lines and burnish them. Okay, again we have created a little corner there. And what this is going to do is this is going to go over the top just like this. And you say, oh, the hearts are going to be hidden. Nope, they're not. We will show you what we're going to do with those hearts in just a moment. Now, I don't like that one for the top because the writing goes sideways. So let's see. Let's do this one. Okay, then you're going to need a mat to cover this, and this mat is cut at 3 inches by 5 1/4. That should go right there underneath that score line. Make sure you don't get it on that first score line. So we're going to put this on here, and make sure that your pattern, if you've got a pattern running like I do, make sure that your pattern is running this way, away from this is the top, so you want it to go just like this. So see, that is the top up there, so we want our pattern running this way. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to cut out a slit for these little hearts to go through. So we're going to measure down. It's going to be 1/2 inch from either end, and looks like 2 3/4. So 1/2 inch down. Let's do 2 3/4 first, and we'll mark that. So 2 3/4. It's going to be hard for me to see on this paper. 2 3/4 is right there. And then 1/2 inch down from the top, from that score line, would be right there. So we're going to make a little line right there. Okay, that's all I did, is made me a line right there in the center. And now we're just going to use our X-Acto knife. You could use your cutting. You could use your cut tool if you wanted to, but I'm going to use my X-Acto knife because I'm going to cut out a little bit more than just that slit. I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to slide it over just a tiny bit, and I'll show you in just a second what I'm doing. See, I've got, let's see if I can hold it up there. See, I've got a little bit more cut out than just that slit there. You see that? That way it's going to give me a little bit more room to run my hearts through there. Okay, so that's what we did. We just cut out that little slit, and you can see it better on this side. Okay, and now we're going to put this down. We're going to run our hearts up through there. Make sure we've got both of them. And then this is going to glue down to the back, just like that. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on just this flap right here. And hold that over and press it down. Okay, so you want to put those hearts up through there and then open them up. Just like that. And then I have actually cut another heart that is just a little bit smaller than that one. And I may even trim it out some more. So all I do to trim it is I just run the same line all the way around, just a little bit on the inside, maybe an 1/8 or a 1/16, just a tiny bit. Cut it out like that. And then that's going to go down right there, but we need to split it in the middle so that our book will still open. Then we're going to glue these down. And just make sure that they're glued right up to the edge of the other one. That makes it look like it's a continuous heart, and then people are going to say, how in the world is that thing open? Okay, there we go. So there is your little book. Now let me show you how it works. Pull the heart up, open this, you can open that. There's 2 places that you can put photos. Then this folds out like this, folds out like that, or you can just do it this way or this way. So isn't that cute? Okay, we're going to put some mats on the inside right here. This mat is 2.5 by 2 3/4. So both of these will be 2.5 by 2 3/4. Put that one there. And then we're going to mat the inside of this, and these are 2.5 by 2 3/4, the same size. And you don't have to mat the inside of these, but I think it makes it look a lot better. So just like that. Okay, then we can close it up. And you could also mat the outside of your heart if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that, but you could. So you close it up like that. Open up the heart. So it is now closed. Now you could put something under here if you wanted to make the heart stay down. I'm not going to worry about it. I like it kind of standing up like that. But if you wanted to put a little magnet or something under there, you could, where the hearts would stay down. That would be cute. So to open it up, you just pull the heart together. Pull that open. Pull these open. So there's places for photos. Places for photos. And this way. And then you can roll it out like this. Or out like that. Okay, so that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this project. I enjoyed making it for you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them below. Also, don't forget that these measurements and the photos and everything will be on my blog this afternoon. And we will talk to you guys later. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and go over and turn that little bell on so that you'll get notifications when we put up a new video. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.